What's going on, guys? This is Raymond Ironbody McKinney. Today I want to talk about all is mind. I claim that our entire experience, our entire individual experiences, is mind substance. What we perceive as physical, what we assume, what many assume as physical, is really perceived as physical by our mind substance. Or like when we look through our eyes, listen through our ears, our physical objective senses aren't producing any of the manifestations. It's the mind substance within ourselves that I'm going to say is consciousness, individual consciousness, experiencing sections of objective reality. I kind of think of it like a disco ball effect, where it's like the disco ball shines certain lights. That's how I see how consciousness kind of behaves, or whether you want to call it the field of energy, conscious field. That's how I see it works, guys. Or you've heard the reticular activating system. If you're not familiar with that, it's like when you kind of focus on, say, like a pink car, for example. You start thinking of a pink car all the time, and you start seeing more pink cars because your behavioral mind, your subconscious mind, subjective mind, or your subconscious mind will recognize more pink cars relative to you. Your subconscious mind is pretty much it's the memory bank. Or just like recalling, you're seeing pink cars over and over when you keep constantly thinking about them. And so yeah, what we perceive, what's considered as physical, nothing's physical, guys. Everything is atomic vibrating structure. Everything's vibrating. And when we change the way we perceive things, the atomic structure of the entire universe, non-solid, what appears solid, is only atomic structure vibrating so fast. Energy vibrating at a particular frequency or state of being. All of it, energy, consciousness. Consciousness is producing energy. Cause and effect. The cause of all objective substance. The car that you drive, the money that you earn or receive or exchange, the people that you talk to, the handshakes you take, the handshakes you make with people, the hugs you give to people, they're all based on how you perceive yourself in relation to them. And when you can be able to, by the law of reversibility, for example, in one of Neville's chapters, he talks about when you get that certain feeling, when you hug someone, you get that certain feeling of just that togetherness feeling. If you can, by the law of reversibility, if you can be able to produce that state, that mental state of that togetherness feeling with that person before they physically show up, it's bound to happen. It's dependent on the degree, the intensity, the degree of how real that state is to you. So yeah, guys, life it's kind of like the movie Inception, where you create or assemble objective reality based on your mental images of it. The way you listen, the way you carefully listen, what you want to hear rather than what you don't want to hear. Just maybe hearing familiar voices say, "Wow, Sarah! Wow, Sarah! Wow, John! Wow, Craig! Wow, Raymond! How'd you become this amazing person? You can just hear things like that. You're just accessing different states of consciousness. And the objective universe subtly rearranges itself relative to your perception. I think it's freaking cool, guys. I think it's freaking cool to play with to kind of mess with the laws of physics this way. And you're not going against anyone's free will, which is, I think, is the coolest part. It's not like you're robbing anyone, not putting yourself in a risky situation to breaking civil laws or anything like that. You're just changing the way you perceive life. And the experiences, circumstances, conditions relatively mirror your inner assumptions, your inner perception, your inner talk. The star stuff. Like, I even think of, like, I made this post before, I believe, say, like, the black holes we see in the sky are just, and then the black holes in the sky is the Dailan pupils. What we put our focus on, that's what grows. The stars that expand and contract within is really based on our Dailan pupils in and out. And what we put our focus on grows. What we take our attention away from disappears, or is out of our focus, is excluded from our own focus. So guys, this is where I'm going with manifesting. Manifesting is literally just getting different sections of the universe, of the infinitive creation. What you put your focus on, that's what grows out. What you put your focus on, what you claim yourself as, that's how you physically behave. That all your physical actions are based on your self-image, your self-identity, the way you constantly talk to yourself, how people treat you. And this is and spooky action too, like from a distance. People can come to you or talk to you without any explanation of how did they get in contact with you. This has happened to me several times before, such as like someone called me from, I believe it was Texas. I can't remember the exact city, but they were calling me from Texas. They just want to talk to me, kind of similar stuff I'm talking about here. That we're made of star stuff, like Carl Sagan says, famous astronomer. That I believe that the stars are the stars are literally just the thoughts. Consciousness is individual thoughts communicating with itself. And it's like when you think about someone, they're thinking about you guys automatically. And this is how thought transmission is too. We're always using thought transmission. In telling someone in your mind, hey, come see me, and then they have the thought out of nowhere, thinking they want to come to you, thinking it's their thought when it was originated by you, and it can be, and vice versa too, guys. I'm sure people have implanted ideas in my mind, thinking it was my idea, when really is originated by them. It's all one consciousness, guys. It's all one infinite, eternal consciousness. In experiencing individual sections of itself through this sacred temple, church, Raymond, or you as Sarah, or you as John, whatever. It's all one infinite consciousness, guys. How cool is that? How cool is that? So, yeah. All I say is with manifesting, simply put, change the way you talk to yourself. Change the way you talk to yourself in relation to the world. Talk to yourself differently about money. Talk to yourself differently about relationships with people. Things can manifest instantly, guys. There's no external linear time. It's only perceived by our minds. We can decree a thing and it'll come to pass, depending on how confident you are decreeing. And if it takes a little longer, that's fine. Just realize that always persist in the assumption of your desires. Always persist in your assumption. No matter what the objective world says, no matter what the objective world temporarily denies, you can decree a thing, calling things into being not seen as though they were. And the things not seen become seen. You're just calling things that excluded from your own own view into being. That's it. You're not manipulating anyone. You're just getting sectioned different viewpoints of the universe, the entire universe. So guys, when you think about it, when you go real deep into science, it's really, when you think of science fiction, it's really just a freaking deep science of mind, alchemy, whatever, magic and science, guys. They're part of the same. They're part of the same whole. Science is incomplete without magic, and magic, everything's interconnected. All things are interconnected. You gotta look at the whole picture rather than the individual parts. You can't compartmentalize the universe and just see this is the only way to view the universe. There's infinite ways to view the universe, guys. So I hope this video helps. I bless you all and happy manifesting.